Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island UK season 13 episode 26. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So we're continuing with the public opinion versus Villa T game. The next one was from the public. The prompt was, these two are giving scammers, seems performative. That was about Sean and Lola. Lola's gonna say, we're just perfect. You don't know what your man's been joking about behind you. Oh, you're perfect, you're perfect, you're perfect. You're perfect. Okay. I actually don't even think that they're performing. I just think, don't get too comfortable, mama. Anyways, the next one was Villa T. It said, I like the guy. There's feelings towards you, but aren't feelings towards him. That was Yasmin to Aiden. Huh? Oh, for a second, I thought that was Jasmine. Okay, yeah. That was Yasmin. That was Yasmin to Aiden when she was saying that she likes Aiden and doesn't have feelings for Lorenzo, which we know was a lie. Somehow she was able to spin it and was like, yeah, at the time I didn't have feelings for Lorenzo. Girl, at the time you turned around, went with Lorenzo on the terrace and said, yeah, I never said, no, it wasn't at the terrace. It was at the fire pit. She was like, yeah, I never said that I didn't have feelings for you, blah, blah, blah. You lied. You lied. Today she lied again and somehow she got out of it. Lucky you. Next was the Villa T. The prompt was, he needs to chill the fuck out. Can't be dealing with this every night. Everybody immediately knew it was Jasmine. Why is Jasmine gonna say, and the girls co-signed it too, that's just how I speak. If I speak on the hypocrisy of Jasmine, like, I feel like a lot of people are seeing it now, but Jasmine is so hypocritical. Next was the Villa T. It said, could have gone somewhere. It's unfortunate it didn't. It was Jasmine to Lorenzo. And again, she says, it was just said lightly. It's just in jest, guys. Okay. After that was public, what was the, whatever, from the public. It said, justice for Angelista. This is just not fair. It was Robin who said it on After Sun. And, you know, here goes Simba with his little, you know, any minor inconvenience. Simba, I saw somebody on TikTok say Simba has one emotion, frustration. No, seriously. Seriously. I said in my comments that this man is giving me whiplash because some days I feel like giving him grace and then other days I'm like, can you just grow up? Grow up. Yeah, you messed up. You're gonna have to, like, deal with the consequences. The North remembers. Moving on. Next was the public. It said she needs someone who's more mature, with more conversation. It was Yasmin's mom on After Sun referring to Aiden. And the last one was from the public. It said, Jasmine thinks everything revolves around her and she's boring now. Kavan was right about Jasmine and Tommy. Jasmine should have turned down the shots. The girls don't agree, but that was diabolical. It was. They're like, it was on a heart rate challenge. She could have said no. She could have said no. I'm sorry, like somebody spitting liquid into your mouth. Like, that is so, I don't know. I just don't get how the girls don't see it. They're blindly defending Jasmine, and I would just like one girl, just one, to be like, well, have you considered this other perspective? That's why I like that episode, that Rage Bait episode. Gosh, what a time. That Rage Bait episode where Samraj was like, the mob mentality is what's pissing me off the most because not a single girl is calling out the other women for like being hypocritical or having double standards. I agree. After the challenge, Kavan says that he's glad he's getting some external validation because he has been thinking that there's something going on between Jasmine and Lorenzo. Of course, Jasmine is going to keep denying.
This whole Lorenzo search is just, I'm bored of it.
Okay.
I have no problem with you having chats. You never once told me there was flirty chats. A few flirty comments isn't 20% flirting.
Okay, it's probably less than that, to be fair. I don't know. I just thought of it off the cuff.
Do you think that's, like, unfortunately it didn't work out? Like, seems like you wanted it to.
I told you multiple times, while you were here and we were in a connection, I'm not interested in entertaining Lorenzo.
Oh, I don't know, Jazz. I'm lost.
Jasmine tells Kavan that she had told him already that there were flirty chats happening, but every time she references these flirty chats, it's as if Lorenzo is the only one being flirty and she's just there like a dodo. But in fact, she's giving it back to him. Maybe not with as much, vigor, but she's still giving it back. So I don't like the way that she misrepresents how their conversations have been, It's interesting how Jasmine says she really, really, really likes Kavan. She wants a relationship with him, blah, 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 whatever. She can see things on the outside, right? And I know they're not in a relationship. However, if you are in a relationship, if your partner expresses discomfort for something, especially if it's like you speaking to a specific person, you then have to judge to say, okay, is it important for me to keep speaking with this person if it makes my partner uncomfortable? If it's that important to you, just know you're putting your relationship at risk. And if you do value your relationship as much as you say you do, it might be worth just putting that person on ice. Like, is it that deep? She's later on going to say, I should be allowed to have friends. You are allowed to have friends. But this is an unfinished business situation. It's a little bit different. And Kavan has expressed his discomfort for it. And even when Jasmine and Lorenzo have their conversations, they admit that they can see where people are, seeing this flirtiness or this like cloud of attraction around them. So you're aware that Kavan has the right to be reading into things. But clearly the relationship or the connection doesn't mean enough for you to want to keep it intact and just put Lorenzo on ice. Is it that important to keep flirting with Lorenzo? They can have conversations in a group setting. They can have conversations with Kavan there. Like, I get what she's saying. She shouldn't have to be policed for who she talks to. But in relationships, like, guys, respectfully, sometimes it comes with it. Sometimes there are certain people who you're just going to have to cut off for the sake of your relationship. But okay, John. Next, we have Lorenzo and Yasmin who talk again. She says, it would be better for me if you just explore that connection. Because you sticking with me and saying, I'm not going with Jasmine because I'm with you, doesn't actually settle my feelings. It actually makes me feel like one day you are going to have an epiphany and just go back to her. I would rather you come to a decision now so I know where we stand now. And I agree with her. Let's not do this whole unfinished business thing, especially when he keeps saying, I don't want to have regrets, so don't. Angelista asks Simba what he lied about. He's unsure. He's like, nothing. I didn't lie about anything. The only thing that I can think of is maybe I was flirting more on the sleepover than I, depicted to you. I'm like, now you weren't being 100% truthful with the things that Angelisa had said to you. I don't think he has to have his memory jogged about that. I think he knows. But because Angelisa has proven that she runs a strict program, kind of, sort of, he knows he can't say that because that would get her on the back foot. So he has to do something else that's a little bit fluffier. But I believe he knows. Simba is like, this has really put things into perspective for me. I'm seeing how badly I messed up. Now seeing that the public clearly didn't have a great reaction and all of that. And she says, wow, so my tears weren't enough? Exactly. And I want you to remember that, Angelista, going into Casa. Now, I don't have much faith for the guy in Casa. It's fine. But remember that. Seeing you broken like that wasn't enough for him to change his behavior. Very telling. Aiden and Yasmin, they speak in the kitchen. He basically is not taking no for an answer. And like I said from the beginning, that is a problematic perspective to have.
You know how I feel. I feel like the way things ended between me and you was very abrupt.
But then I just don't get why you acted the way you acted.
I do agree, I hold my hands up and I apologise, and I feel like I took a lot of heat for that. Do you even like Lorenzo?
Why would you even say that?
The fact that there's no reaction,
We're going to fall out again in a minute.
Telling me the door's closing?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
He's so delusional, your brother.
Aiden thinks that because Yasmin is thinking about what her mom said about Aiden, it must mean that she still has feelings for him when that's not the case. Yasmin didn't have confirmation that what she was perceiving was true. So to hear the confirmation and to hear it from her mother, gives her that, assurance, okay, so I wasn't tripping. I was right to think what I was thinking. And she also doesn't think that Aiden is a bad person. So she's trying to reassure him like, okay, yeah, my mom did see that, but this is how I feel about you. And he's thinking, oh, this is my way in. No, it's not. It's not at all. So he asks her again, do you ever think? And she's like, no. Deep down, she knows this man is going to do me dirty again. It is not worth opening that door. I'm glad she stood on business. Aiden, you did what you did. You made your bed, lay in it. End of story. Literally end of story. You just got to accept it. Next time, do better. That's it. Ciao. So before bed, Jasmine tells the girls that she's not going to beg a man to stay with her. Saramaj claims that he can say anything to anybody's face. Lies. I will not forgive production for letting him go scot-free. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, Lorenzo admits to Sean that he was flirting with Jasmine. And he says, I'm just a flirty person. And this is what I don't like about what Jasmine and Lorenzo are doing. They are playing in Yasmin and Kavan's face. I hate that. Lorenzo is being more honest, but Jasmine, I'm sorry, she hasn't done anything egregious, but she's not being transparent. And I don't think that that's fair. In the morning, Jasmine says it's crazy for Kavan to say that I forgot to even talk about that. Kavan said he wanted to take an emotional step back. He just thinks that like things have been so heated lately. Maybe if they dial it back a bit, they'll be able to get back into that like fun-loving era of their relationship. And she's like, no, that's crazy. If you're saying you're taking an emotional step back and things are so emotional, you're basically ending the connection. And he's like, no, that's not what that means. But that's what she's perceiving. So she thinks that it's crazy for him to say that. She also said that she likes him so much, which is why she's not willing to take a step back. I would like to see the evidence of that. I get that she likes him, but I don't think she likes him as much as she keeps saying that she does, because that respect would be there. The wanting to hear his perspective would be there. Cutting off a tie with somebody who clearly makes your person uncomfortable would happen, or at least she would consider it. Sometimes she says it, but she's not saying it in a genuine way. She's like, oh, so should I just do that then? She obviously doesn't mean it. So I'm just like, yeah, I think you like him, but not as much as you keep saying that you do. That's my personal opinion. Next, we have Kavan, who says maybe they're not compatible. It's not maybe, it's a fact. Even in the conversation with the whole taking the step back, he says it again. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to let nobody tell me twice. If you don't think we're compatible, if you're insinuating that I deserve better, I will simply believe you. End of story. There's nothing else to say after that. Lorenzo makes yogurt for Mika and then takes Jasmine for a chat. I don't think I saw him speak to Yasmin that morning, but you have time to make yogurt for Mika and pull Jasmine for a chat? And you're telling me these people aren't having a secret rendezvous situation? Please.
I don't think
Oh, here we go. Look, we got an audience now.
The way we look, the way we live our life, our age, we look like we should be together. I'm pitching myself. I'm selling myself. I get where this comes from. I don't think this is pulled out of thin air. Should I just come and sit on top of you now and give everyone a show?
Like I've been saying throughout the video, if it's not important enough, if your relationship is not important enough to want to cut that person off, just accept that your person might want to call things off. And they have the right to do so. It can come across insecure, it can come across controlling, but it's how the person feels at the end of the day. And that's basically what Kavan ends up doing. He's like, yeah, I'm going to stick to my word and take an emotional step back. She's like, I think there's a difference between that and taking a break. Like, do you want to take a break? And then he's like, okay, fine, then let's take a break. She thinks that a break, and I do agree with her, that a break is basically breaking up. She's like, okay, well then I'm just going to have to start my healing process, start healing from you. I wish it was permanent, child. I honestly wish that they stood on that, but they're going to backpedal real soon. Anyways, Jasmine and Kavan end up having separate conversations. The guys are understanding what's going on. The girls, not so much. The guys are like, listen, you guys have been doing this whole back and forth thing. Even Aiden and Samraj were like, the only other advice there is to give you is to take a step back. So we understand why you're doing that. The girls, on the other hand, are like, no, he should fight for you. Why is he pulling back? Why is he whatever? No, sorry. No. I think that he has fought. I think he's tired. Jasmine believes she's fought for their relationship. I don't think so. I haven't seen evidence of that. If y'all can recall, let me know. I don't recall. So it was kind of disappointing for the girls to not like be able to see beyond the picture that Jasmine has painted for them. I wish that they could see the nuance in this whole situation, but child, it is what it is. Lorenzo says he doesn't understand how you can like somebody so much and be arguing every single night the way that Jasmine and Kavan do, which is essentially proving the things that Kavan is saying. Like, I don't get how people are unable to see Kavan's perspective. Like, yeah, we might not be compatible because we keep arguing so much. Obviously, something's going on between y'all. If the public is saying it, Yasmin is feeling it, other people in the villa are feeling it. Like, they're acting like this man is obtuse. Like, he's very observant on what's going on, and they keep gaslighting him. And I hate this for him. I hate this for him. And then after this conversation, that's when Jasmine is like, well, I guess I can't have friends. Girl, you missed it. In the evening, Jasmine is asked point blank if she would like to explore with Lorenzo. And she says, when I'm with Kavan, I don't think about Lorenzo.
The fact you're threatened by a friendship I'm not interested in pursuing while I am with you, that I've told you a million times, that is really on you.
Jazz, are you not completely shut off to Lorenzo then?
When me and Cav are good, I'm completely shut off. When I'm with Cav, I'm completely shut off.
It's not a no, it's just like, not right now.
Yeah.
It's not a no, it's not a yes. It's like, I can't even think about another guy right now.
If Kavan has said that you don't talk to him much, you actually speak to Lorenzo more. And if you have admitted that you do spend a lot of time with Lorenzo, how often is Lorenzo in your mind as a viable option if you are only thinking of Kavan solely when you're with Kavan? I don't know. I could have misunderstood that. That happens sometimes, but I'm just like, you're proving the point. Both of them clearly have this thing between them, but they don't want to pursue it because of the roadblocks, not due to lack of desire. It's because they have roadblocks. And that's not a nice thing to hear as said a roadblock. I don't know, it makes sense to me, Joe, but anyways, Yasmin said she would prefer a situation where Lorenzo and Jasmine would explore things. Yeah, we already did that. Aiden was gonna be plotting for Yasmin. Thankfully, they get a text that there is a recoupling, I think it was. Yes. Samraj chose Mika. Simba picks Angie. Finley chose Ellie. Sean picks Lola. Lorenzo picks Yasmin. Kavan picks Jasmine. And Aiden picks Priya. It's after this that Kavan and Jasmine have one last conversation where they're basically like, you know what? Let's not call it off. Let's just take things one day at a time. The next day coming is Casa Amor. Guys, the girls, okay. That black girl, wow. There was another girl too. I think the girl, like, she kind of looked like Helena. Is that the girl that I'm thinking about? There were two girls that I was like, oh, wow. Okay. The guys, oh. All right, I'll see y'all on Sunday. Why do they keep doing this? They could have done like something, like give the girls Priya needs somebody. Angelisa needs a chance to explore somebody. Who else? Mika needs to prove that she playing in Samraj's face. Give Jasmine a chance to explore too. Why not? I want to see if Lola can be tested. Yasmin needs somebody. Like, and these are the guys you bring for that? Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you, in the next one.